Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to your English lesson today. Now, this video is going to be quite short because it's time for you to start some independent writing. We're actually going to crack on with our hot task. You've done section 1 of your plan yesterday with me. It's time for you to crack on today. I'm not expecting you to finish your hot task today. You've got today and tomorrow to write your hot task. I reckon about an hour's writing today and about an hour's writing tomorrow. You should be able to get the whole thing done. So what I want to do is quickly remind us of the success criteria. So in order to be successful today, we need to show characteristics through physical description, show characteristics through actions, use interesting vocabulary, and use speech punctuation. So there are success criteria we used yesterday. They are all lessons that we have learned going up to today. So we did the whole work last week where we looked at the Roman soldier, and then we learned how to write speech. So we've done all of this. It's now a case of putting it into action. So the last thing before I let you loose is I've just quickly written one of my sections to show you kind of the quality we're after and how I've hit the success criteria. So very quickly, this is the bit where he is trying to steal money off other people to buy the oil to clean his hands. So he crept gingerly through the unlocked windows and eased himself into the silent, gloomy house. His black tunica swished silently on the cold floor as he snuck through the room towards the golden statues glinting on the table. Like a shadow, he devilishly snatched the objects and thrust them into his sack. Suddenly, he spotted some coins resting on a small wooden stand next to a child, slumbering silently. He drifted stealthily up to the dreaming child and deftly swiped the coins beside them. The movement of stealing coins must have disturbed the resting child because their drooping eyes opened slowly and their gaze landed upon Tiberius. "My coins!" the child croaked sleepily as they reached towards Tiberius. As quick as a fox, Tiberius raised his dented cudgel above his head and savagely smashed it down on the child's brittle skull. There was a wet, squelching sound, and then the child was still. Tiberius sneered menacingly at the unfortunate child before sweeping back out through the window. So I could have just put Tiberius went into people's houses and stole money, which was rather boring. And I got a whole section here where he's actually snuck into the houses and he's stealing money and his statues, and he's now just beating this kid up as well, potentially killing them. So let's think of our success criteria. Showing characteristics through physical description. Well, we have got him here wearing a black tunica. Only really baddies wear black clothes, and we've also got this Roman vocabulary tunica, so that's starting to show you a bit of a dishonest, unlikable character. Okay, in terms of other physical description, I've got that he's got a dented cudgel here, so this is something he's carrying, a cudgel being a stick that you hit people with, and he's dented because obviously he's hit a few people with this one. So I've got a little bit of physical description here about the character. Probably could be better, but it's not bad for a good start. Then looking at throwing characteristics through the actions. Well, for a start, he's stealing coins from a child. You don't get more dishonest than stealing coins from a child. That is, until you hit them over the head. He is obviously a dishonest, dislikable, vicious character. He's dishonest because he's stealing, and he's vicious because he has just hit a kid over the head with a cudgel, not caring if he has killed them. So I've definitely got his characteristics through his actions here. He is sneered menacingly. So after he's beaten the kid up and smashed their head in, and he's turned their head into his wet squelching sound, he is actually sneering, which is a kind of a smile. Definitely a vicious, dishonest person. So I think I've shown a lot through their actions. The next one was good vocabulary. Well, he devilishly snatched the objects. I've got some really good adverbs with my good verbs there. The child slumbering silently, not sleeping, slumbering. He stealthily drifted. I love that idea of stealthily drifting, almost like a shadow sneaking across the room. Okay, of course, here he smashed down a cudgel, with a cudgel, of course, being a much better name than just a stick. So I think I've done quite well for vocabulary here. Obviously, you can have a think about how I've done. It could be better, but I don't think it's too bad. And then the last one is using speech punctuation. Well, I've got this kid going, "My coins." Just a little bit of speech here. I think I've correctly punctuated it. I've got my inverted commas. I've got my punctuation before the inverted commas. I've got who said it, how they said it, and an adverb to go with it. So I think I've been quite successful. So today you need to crack on with the first half of your Roman myth. It's supposed to be independent. Of course, you've got your adults around to help you. Don't have to do it completely on your own, but we're looking for really, really high quality here. I don't just want a simple copy of your plan with a couple of sentences. I want you to really think about each section in turn. If you do half of it, that's only a couple of sections from your plan, and easily you can get that written in an hour. That shouldn't be too difficult for you to crack on and do with, following those success criteria to make sure it's interesting. Later on in the week, I'd like to be able to share some of this work with the whole rest of the year group. So that's what we're aiming for, such high quality that other people are going to want to listen to your hot task. So today, you've got your plan, you've got your yesterday's work on the hot task, and today, send me through what you've done today, and then you can carry on with it tomorrow. Okay, well, have fun with today's writing.